Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is a new team that I'm going to be showcasing. The team comprises of Diggersby and Toxapex, which is one of the very strong cores in the Pokemon competitive circuit. And also I partnered them with the Galarian Corsola as my safe swap. So going into the first match, we have Diggersby into Morpeko. Diggersby wins this, basically this scenario. So I'm going to try and first off fire up the fire punch, and opponent manages to catch that onto his own normal Feraligatr. This is not a Shadow Feraligatr, so I'm not very worried about it. And then now I'm trying to go for a catch on Toxapex, and I get the catch. So Feraligatr fires off the Hydro Cannon. And now here we go, we are trying to farm as much as possible on Toxapex. Second Hydro Cannon coming through from the opponent's Feraligatr. Now farming again. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Brine here because I know it will take a little bit of HP. It won't knock out this Feraligatr because it has a little bit more defense, so this gives me a chance to farm down a little bit more. Okay, and putting Toxapex into the red. So Toxapex now has a Brine stored. I think opponent's gonna come in with Morpeko. Yep, and then he's gonna try and farm me down, but not before I can fire off my Brine. So that's the reason why I chose to fire Brine before Feraligatr gets knocked out. So I'm gonna come in with Diggersby here. I'm trying to wait out the switch timer and fire off Fire Punch. Opponent throws a move. It's gotta be Psychic Fangs, I think. Yeah, Psychic Fangs. So Aura Wheel doesn't do much damage here, although it buffs its attack. First Fire Punch coming through from Diggersby onto Morpeko. Now he has a chance to swap out into his last Pokemon, but he's not swapping out, so I'm guessing the other Pokemon is also weak to Diggersby. So I'm gonna preserve Diggersby here. Okay, Aura Wheel in this case is a Dark type, because Morpeko is in the black mode. Okay, now coming to Clodsire. So I'm just gonna farm and fire off just before Clodsire is able to fire a move. I'm not sure whether it's Sludge Bomb or Stone Edge, but it's either way, it doesn't really matter. Only Earthquake does threaten this Diggersby. So we're gonna preserve Diggersby with a shield. Yeah, it's definitely an Earthquake. So we're gonna come in with Corsola, try and farm. So I have a move stored on Diggersby. I just want to see if Corsola can take out this Clodsire. Corsola, if you guys haven't gotten one, or if you guys haven't seen one before, it's very tanky. If you see, the Earthquake on Clodsire barely does, I don't know, 30% HP at most. Yep, and I'm gonna try and farm him down, and he tried to come in with Morpeko, so I instant fired the Nightshade. Now I have back-to-back Nightshades. Yeah, and it's basically game over for opponent. Corsola is so tanky. The only weakness it has is basically Dark. Because Ghost as well, but since that it's also a Ghost type, so most of the time if you play Ghost against Corsola with its tankiness, it can out-tank any other Ghost Pokemon. Some examples: Drifblim, Jellicent. Yeah, Corsola will out-tank all of them, especially with the Astonish fast move. It's gonna do super effective on the Ghost Pokemon as well. So the only counter to Corsola is basically pure Dark, or like maybe something like Malamar, but Malamar you need to farm a lot to get to your first foul play, so yeah. Okay, second match, Diggersby into Altaria. Diggersby is not that bad into Altaria, so I'll stay in a bit. So I'm going to try and catch the Sky Attack onto Corsola. Okay, unfortunately opponent saw it and switched into Greninja. So I want Greninja into Toxapex. So I'm just going to try and fire off as much chip damage as possible. I think the Greninja also knows that he can basically out-farm me. Yeah, so opponent's strategy is to try and go 2 shields and over-farm. My strategy is just to try and tank as much as possible without using any shields. I'm going to preserve my shields for the core back, my core, Diggersby and Toxapex. Okay, so we have Altaria and we have Greninja. I'm guessing there's something weak to Corsola. So I'm just going to preserve my shields and be careful, because Corsola is basically being used as a soak here. Yep, and I'm coming in with Toxapex instantly to see if he actually swaps. Okay, he swaps back into Altaria. So that's a sign that there's something strong against Diggersby, because he saw Diggersby, right? He could have used the last guy. So I don't know what the last guy is, so I'm just going to try and farm. I know Sky Attack can be tanked on Toxapex. So firing off the first Sludge wave. Okay, at this point I'm just going to try and farm him down as much as possible. I'm not going to fire any moves. I know I can take one Sky Attack. Okay, at this point I think I'm probably trying to preserve the health on Toxapex just in case there's something at the back. And there we go, Talonflame. So yeah, its Talonflame doesn't do well into Diggersby, neither does Toxapex do well into Talonflame, so I'm just going to try and chip with the Sludge Wave. Coming with Corsola to try and tank. Okay, so opponent counters off with Greninja. Greninja takes this out with a Night Slash. Okay, so I'm gonna try and come in with Toxapex to try and yeah, at this point I think it's game over for me, because Diggersby, oh okay, Diggersby has a move. Yeah, I remember Diggersby has a move. Okay, so this is not the one that I lost. Okay, so Diggersby firing off the Fire Punch, and you'll see the next Fire Punch coming up against the Talonflame. Yeah, okay, so I got my games confused. By the way, this is my first time watching back my games, so it's sometimes I do forget some of the details. Okay, Diggersby into Talonflame. Talonflame, I think he'll fire off his Brave Bird, and then we'll see whether, yeah, Diggersby is so tanky. And with the defense drop, yeah, and because the Incinerate fires at 5 turns, right, so it takes 5 turns before it registers the damage on the last turn. I'm able to fire off 2 quick attacks to take down basically the Talonflame before the Incinerate hits. Okay, that's 2 games. Actually, I won one of the games earlier before I started recording, so that's 3 wins in a row currently. Okay, into the 4th match. All this is unedited footage, so because today I don't have the time to edit the footage, I'm just going to try and produce as much footage as possible. Diggersby into Garventula, it's very good lead. Fire Punch is wave active. Scorching Sense not so much, but I also resist the Volt Switch. Okay, opponent manages to catch my Fire Punch, no worries. Now coming in with Toxapex. There's an option to come in with either Toxapex or Corsola. Based on the lead, right, I basically don't want to see Garventula on Toxapex. That's why I came in with Toxapex. Yeah, so Toxapex tanking the first Brave Bird. Okay, at this point I think opponent is going to try and let go of Talonflame, which is a good sign for me, because then Talonflame is kind of out of the way, because Diggersby has a hard time taking Talonflame down. So if he lets go Talonflame, that's also a good sign. At this point I'm just going to try and farm as much as possible to see if I can get to a Brine. I do get to a Brine. Brine doesn't do much, so it's just going to be a cheap damage to... Oh, and it takes a shield. Okay, so that's not bad. So the next thing coming in Diggersby again, I think he's going to fire off his Lunge. Garventula's moveset is basically Discharge, Lunge, and Volt Switch as the fast move. So Lunge coming in, debuffing me. Okay, no problem. I think in the previous stage, he managed to farm a lot on Toxapex, so he's got 2 lunges. Okay, I'm gonna try and fire off the fire punch. Oh, and he tried to catch. Okay, so in this game, okay, I learned about the catch the first time, right? So I know he's gonna try and catch. I mean, with Corsola, if you notice, I don't think I use the shield here because I know it's a surf. Yeah, surf. On Jellison is 4 fast moves. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and I'm gonna fire Nightshade. You'll notice that this is a surf, so I'm just gonna try and save some HP on Corsola, and then fire off a double Nightshade. Try to fire off a double Nightshade before he reaches the surf again. Yep, at this point, let's see if he gets to a surf. No, he doesn't. Okay. So Nightshade takes out Diggersby, and now he's basically left with Garvantula again, which now I can come in and fire punch him. Yep, that's game. That is game 4. 4 games in a row with this team. And now game 5. Okay, Diggersby into Goodra. It's a very neutral matchup, I guess, but Goodra has the super effective Aqua Tail. My aim here is to try and catch it on Toxapex. Okay, at this point, I did click the catch, but I think the move didn't register because of he fired in between my quick attacks. Yeah, Aqua Tail fires. Okay, at this point, since I didn't manage to catch, I'm gonna try and do a Scorching Sands. I think this game, I think I lost this game, so let's see the outcome. Scorching Sands managed to take a shield, and this is the time where I successfully caught the Aqua Tail. And I think opponent comes in with Gastrodon. Yeah, this is the game I don't think I won. Okay, so Gastrodon basically out-tanks, basically walls everything that Toxapex has to offer. Brine is not a very strong water move. Yeah, as you can see. So he's, I think, just gonna mud slap me down. Good thing is he needs a lot of mud slaps, so he has to fire again before I fire my move. Okay, letting this go, and I'm gonna come in with Diggersby to try and hit him with Scorching Sands. Okay, opponent decides not to shield. I'm coming in with Corsola to try and snipe. And let's see. Okay, so this is going to be body. Yeah, it's a body slam if I recall. Yeah, and now this is the hard part because Goodra paces so fast and Corsola paces so slow. So basically, I lost my fastest pacing Pokemon, which is sorry, I'm not using my fastest pacing Pokemon because Diggersby is basically weak to Aqua Tail, right? So I can't use Diggersby against this Goodra. So basically, if he shields up Goodra double, he can farm me down. Yeah, and he basically throws on Charge Attack priority. And don't forget, he still has the last Pokemon, so that's going to be a problem, even though we have 2 shields. So sometimes shield advantage, yeah, shield advantage doesn't really do much for us. Okay, at this stage I should have fired Power Gem, but I didn't see what the... Basically it was an instinct move. I should have fired Power Gem and I could have won this game. Yep. Because basically the Incinerates do a lot of damage, but if you notice, Talonflame is basically 2 or 3 HP away from dying, so I should have fired off the Power Gem at that stage. But it was an instinctive reaction, yeah, so that was my mistake. Okay, so this is the first set. Basically it's 4 out of 5. Okay, welcome to the second set. So this set should be 5 wins out of 5. Diggersby against Articuno. Not a very good lead, I guess. So I'm gonna swap it into Corsola to try and safe swap. Okay, I don't know the move sets on Articuno, so I'm just gonna try to farm as much as possible first. Okay, Icy Wind doesn't do much, so most of the time Corsola can tank mostly any move unless it's a dark move. So yeah, that's the good thing about the safe swap of Corsola, and it hits very hard. Okay, opponent decides not to shield on Galvantula. I don't know why. Maybe he's not familiar with Corsola. Galvantula fires. At this point I can still no shield. So yeah, it's just a lunge, see. So I'm gonna take it out with my Astonish down. Now I have a move banked. So let's see what else comes in. If Articuno comes in, I'm just gonna instant fire the power gem. So opponent should be waiting for the switch clock. Okay, yeah, it's Swampert. So this is a mistake as well. I think I should have fired Nightshade. I do have the instinct of instantly firing because sometimes I don't know if the opponent banked the move on Articuno or not. Okay, Swampert, Hydro Cannon. So I'm gonna come in first with Diggersby because I want to preserve Toxapex for Articuno. Yeah. And I'm gonna bait. Okay, this is a risky bait, but if opponent shields this, good for me. If he doesn't, never mind. Okay, shielding the second Hydro Cannon. Okay, the reason why I shield first, I know Diggersby can take one Hydro Cannon, but the reason why I use the 2 shields first is because I don't want Diggersby to be able to farm down. So I'm just gonna use the shields first, and then try to fight with him for switch advantage. And then when he uses his last Hydro Cannon, I'm gonna catch, because I don't want to be basically farmed down by Articuno. If yeah, because I don't know his last move set. So in this case, you see Swampert is quite low on health, right? And Articuno, basically Icy Wind is tankable on Toxapex. I don't know the last move. Yeah, it's Icy Wind again, so basically tankable. I'm gonna come in with Sludge Wave. It's a more effective strategy in this case. So this why I think so is because now Sludge Wave, either way if you debuff it, it will still kill Articuno, and I'm able to get to a Brine. Even if I'm not able to get to a Brine, okay, it doesn't really matter. I can still come in with Diggersby to fire another move. So yeah, at this point Brine should take out. Okay, some things to note as well. The opponent used a completely anti-meta team. I think that anti-meta only works if your anti-meta also counters most of the metas, the high metas. Articuno, yes, but there is also a lot of like rollout users like Dunsparce, Bibarel. In this case, Corsola is also a rock type user. So Articuno is not a very good good anti-meta Pokemon, I would say. Yeah, and you can see why Swampert is also a bit outclassed. Okay, the next match, Diggersby into Talonflame. Very good matchup, so I'm just gonna stay in first. Talonflame, I can tank a Brave Bird. So what I'm gonna do is just try to farm and then try and catch on Toxapex. Okay, the reason why I wanted to catch on Toxapex is because I wanted to find out what's behind. Like there you go. I noticed that there's a lot of people running Morpeko, so I'm trying to draw out Morpeko. If I swapped into Corsola, that would be my best counter to Talonflame because of the power gem. So I don't want to swap into Corsola, so I try to catch on to Toxapex. For this team, you can use Corsola and Toxapex as a safe swap, although it depends on different scenarios. I just told you the reason why I chose Toxapex earlier. If in the event where like you see a grass type, then I will swap into Corsola first. Yeah. Okay, so another Brine coming in. Earlier I think you saw me shield on Toxapex. The reason being I want to try and take down the Morpeko's shield and then combo play with my Diggersby. That's the, yeah, this is the play. Because I need to, after I see Morpeko, I know I need to take down shields. So it's very important for me to try and, you know, fire as much as possible onto the Morpeko. Because I know Toxapex can handle the Thunder Shocks. It just cannot handle the Aura Wheel. Okay, Fire Punch coming in into Talonflame. Notice Talonflame had a Flame Charge earlier, so normally if they run Flame Charge and are running a Fly, they wouldn't be doing a Flame Charge and Brave Bird because there will be a super disadvantage. So I know that it's just a Fly and I can tank on Diggersby. In this case, I think I just let Diggersby go. I'm gonna come in with Corsola and try to farm down Talonflame. I still have a shield up because I used it. I drained the shield on Morpeko. And the last Pokemon is Goodra now. Goodra, different scenario. Earlier you saw Goodra outpace me. Now I'm out on energy, so Corsola can defeat Goodra when I'm out on energy in a zero shield scenario. Yeah, you see how much damage the Nightshade does. And I think this is just Aqua Tail, so I'm going to no shield this. Notice there's also a Morpeko behind, so I'm going to watch out for a catch. Okay, he didn't catch, so I fired off the Nightshade. Yep. And it's just the Morpeko with 1 HP. Yeah, I tried to go for a catch to see if he fired off any attack. And now I can just shield and farm him down with Astonish. Yep. Okay. Going into the next match. I think this is the 4th match if I'm not mistaken. Diggersby into Clodsire. Excellent lead, so I'm just gonna stay with Diggersby, try to farm until the first Scorching Sands. Okay, notice the Clodsire is running with Mud Shot, so I know it's at least 7 to the first Sludge Bomb, not 6. So I'm firing off the first Scorching Sands. Sometimes people try to catch on this situation, so I'm wary of the catch. Okay, he's definitely gonna use an Earthquake. There's no way, there's no other move that there's no other move that benefits Clodsire. So coming in again, I think he's gonna shield again. I'm trying to wait for a catch and there's no catch, so I'm gonna fire off the second Scorching Sands. This is definitely gonna be shielded again. Okay. And trying to catch. Okay, I tried to catch and he noticed it, and so he catched it as well. So now it's Corsola against Dunsparce. It's very neutral. Corsla's Astonish is being walled by Dunsparce, but Corsola doesn't take a lot of damage from Dunsparce anyway, so it's basically the same. In this situation, I'm up on shield. Opponent, I don't know why he's staying with Clodsire. The only reason I can think of is that he doesn't have a solid answer to Diggersby. So yeah, so coming in with Corsola, basically just trying to chip this Dunsparce down as much as possible. Okay, I don't want to face Toxapex onto Dunsparce, so at this point I'm just going to combo. Yep. If you notice my gameplay here, I do a lot of combos. Reason being that combo play puts your opponent on the edge, basically, and it gives you an advantage. So if you're able to bank a move, if you're gonna go into a safe swap, try to bank a move before that so that you can come in again to like throw double charge moves. Okay, at this point I shielded because I didn't know what the attack was, so it could be an Earthquake which can take me out, but I think he double baited here, so the Sludge Bomb again. Okay, and before I got to the next Scorching Sands, I was waiting for a catch, but he didn't catch, so I overfarmed a little bit. Scorching Sands coming in. Coming in with Toxapex to try and farm down. Okay, at this point, the Earthquake doesn't take me out, so if he has Sludge Bomb, then okay, I don't really care. Yeah. And now Jump Bluff. So Toxapex is basically super strong into Jump Bluff. Nothing really affects Toxapex. Yeah, Jump Bluff has been in for about 5 seconds already, but his HP is lower than mine. Okay, trying to overfarm a little bit. Sludge Wave should be doing a huge chunk of damage on the Jump Bluff, taking him out. And then now Corsola versus Toxapex. Notice how tanky Corsola is, so it basically tanked the whole 4 poison jabs, I think. Yeah, another 3 ball flex again on this match. Okay, here we go, the 4th match. Oh sorry, just now was the 3rd match of this set, so now coming into the 4th match of the 2nd set. Diggersby into Drapion. Diggersby, okay, at this point I'm going to fast forward the video so I can speak a bit faster. Diggersby into Drapion. I waited for the Aqua Tail, but he didn't fire, so until the CMB tie. Okay, quite smart, so I'm going to fire the Scorching Sands after that. He shielded. Now coming in with Toxapex to try and catch the next Aqua Tail. So that catch failed, so that this should be a crunch from Drapion. He's not swapping out, so I don't think he has a big answer to Toxapex, which also means that he has a good answer to another good answer to Diggersby. Yeah. So I'm just gonna take the crunch again. Try and fire off the Brine. Okay, he swaps into Wall Rain. So I'm gonna fire off the Sludge Wave. Does quite a lot of damage. Coming in with Corsola. Corsola has the Rock move. Okay, but at this point I think I'm just gonna try and farm him down. Icicle this should be Icicle Spear. Even if it's an Earthquake I can tank. Yeah. So I'm gonna take 2 Icicle Spheres onto Corsola. Now I'm up a shield, I'm up on energy. I think Diggersby also has energy as well. So this is basically a very good scenario for me. Whimsicott comes in. Okay, I'm gonna go with, I should have gone with the Nightshade actually. Yeah. Going for the first power gem. Second move coming in, Nightshade. And then coming in with Toxapex to try and clear the Whimsicott. And now we left a Drapion with such low health. It's not going to survive the Scorching Sands. Basically we're back to the start where Diggersby against Drapion. Fire off the Fire Punch. Okay, it's a CMB tie, so Fire Punch at this range should knock out the Shadow Dragon. That is game 4. Okay, and now we move on to game number 5. Okay, the final game of this set. So Diggersby into Rowlet. Okay, this is okay. Yeah, I remember. This is basically a troll game. So this is my 5th win. Easy 5th win. Okay, Giratina appeared. I'm just gonna skip this part. So here we go. This is the third set of the day that I'm recording. I did do 2 other sets with the other teams, so I didn't record those. I'm only recording this new team. Again, Diggersby into Clodzire, similar situation as previously. Boom, Scorching Sands onto Clodzire, coming in with Corsola to try and bait out. Okay, so I baited out a Malama, which is good. I don't want Malama into Toxapex because of the side wave damage is going to add up onto the poison type weakness. So at this point, I'm just going to try and fire off as many Nightshades as possible. I know I can tank 1 foul play, so I'm no shooting this. Throwing in the next Nightshade. Okay, this will knock out the... yeah, okay, he knocks it out. So he tried to... he opted not to shield. Lickilicky coming in. Okay, so I'm going to go... I'll let go the Galarian Corsola and I'm going to come in with Toxapex. Okay, Earthquake coming in. So Earthquake, I chose not to shield because I wanted to try and at least land 1 move onto this Lickilicky, but it's not possible, so I let go the Toxapex and now everything is on Diggersby. So Diggersby against Lickilicky. Earthquake doesn't do much damage, so depending on what else he has, Body Slam maybe, yeah. Okay, so I opted to not shield. Sorry, I opted to shield. Okay, so at this point I know the next move has to be a Body Slam because he fired off only 4. Watch this, 3, 4 fire. So it only is a Body Slam. So I'm choosing not to shield this. So that's the importance of counting your opponent's moves, knowing your opponent's energy levels, because Body Slam doesn't do much damage onto Diggersby. So if you shield, it's basically a waste of your shield. So I'm just gonna farm. My aim is to basically get it to Fire Punch range so that I can Fire Punch him, and because I'm a shield up on Diggersby, right? So the last guy coming in should be the Clodzire again. I can shield this and then go back to Scorching Sands and it will take the Clodzire out. Okay, it's a Sludge Bomb, so I could have taken the Sludge Bomb, but I lost track of the energy on the Clodzire, so yeah, Scorching Sands ends it. Okay, coming into, that's the first win of the 3rd set. Going into the second battle of the 3rd set. Okay, Diggersby into Azumarill. Not a very good lead, although I'm gonna stay in for a while. I'm gonna try and catch the Ice Beam. Okay, I didn't catch the Ice Beam, so I had to take it. I can't use a shield here. Reason being, I need my shields for the whoever is gonna come in and counter. So Galarian Corsola coming in, I didn't see a counter swap, so I'm just gonna suspect that there's something even better against Diggersby at the back, which means that if you're so good against Diggersby, you should be weak to Toxapex because they are basically they counter each other. Okay, so I won switch advantage. I don't know why he let go of the Azumarill. So okay, Dragonair, kind of going to Diggersby. I guess that this was his counter. So I'm coming in with Diggersby to try and snipe him with double moves. So he's down shield now. At this point, I'm gonna shield and try and farm him down with my quick attack. Yeah, and I got it. So on even shields, and now okay, Carbink. So I was right. So Dragonair was his best counter against Diggersby. Now that he's down, I think Carbink, he hasn't seen the Toxapex yet. So I think Carbink, he knows he can basically take down Corsola. Coming in with Corsola to try and catch. I didn't catch. And now Toxapex basically walls everything from Carbink. So yeah, this is basically good game. Yeah, here I just wanted to like waste his time and try to just over farm. I know I can take like at least 3 more of his attacks, and I get it into Brine range before I use the Brine. I always had doubts on Brine because Brine is a very weak water move. So I always prefer to bring the Pokemon to a very safe HP before I fire off the Brine. If I know I can tank, if I know I can't tank, then I'll basically fire off as fast as possible. Third match, Diggersby into Jump Bluff. This is a bad lead. Only Fire Punch does super effective. So I'm just gonna fire straight away. Opponent has no reason to swap, so I'm just gonna fire. Now I swap into Corsola. So he's gonna fire his first energy ball. So that was 7 energy ball, 7 fairy winds. So basically he's dry on energy. I know Jump Bluff is dry. I know Diggersby is dry as well. So Corsola into Gastrodon, not a very bad match. At least he's away from my Toxapex. So I'm just gonna fight with him for switch advantage at this point. Oh, and it's a Water Pulse Gastrodon, which makes it even worse. Water Pulse is the high energy draining move, so you need 7 1-steps. Okay, here I'm going to let the Corsola go. Oh wait, I do shield it. Okay, so I'm trying to fire off the outside. Sorry, Power Gem. Why do I shield this? Okay. Interesting. I opted to go for this strategy, but I think I lost this move because he saved 2 moves on 2 shields on Morpeko. Yeah. Fire off the first first Brine. Okay, the mistake I think is basically shielding on Corsola. I should not have shielded on Corsola, so I could have farmed down the Jump Bluff on Toxapex, I think. And then I would have another move on Toxapex. Yeah. Okay, so the opponent has a Jump Bluff. What I need to try and get my win condition is to try and catch onto Corsola, which is my win condition. So if I caught on Corsola, the next time I come in, I can fire off my move. But what the opponent did for his win con is to also counter swap and to catch my move. So in this case, it's game over for me. Yeah, his win con was to catch, my win con was to catch as well. So it's a very good play by the opponent in this scenario. Yeah. Certain Morpeko run with Seed Bomb. In some scenarios is good. I think if you fight against Diggersby, if you fight against any mud boys like Gastrodon, Swampert, Quagsire, Seed Bomb is good on Morpeko as well. But it's also more energy consuming, which means you don't have any bait moves. Morpeko, the bait move is Psychic Fangs, so wonder why opponent swapped into Talonflame, so I'm coming with Corsola to try and Power Gem this. Gastrodon into Diggersby is actually not that bad. It's neutral on both ways, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to overfarm Corsola, so try and get more energy and then fire off this Power Gem. So I'm down a shield on Corsola. Opponent gives up his Talonflame. Coming with Gastrodon, I need to fire this Nightshade on Gastrodon. Okay, the good thing is I saw Gastrodon already, so I know that it has to avoid the Toxapex here. Coming with Diggersby. Okay, this can be a Earth Power, it can be a Body Slam, it doesn't matter. I don't have to shield this. Yep. Firing off the Scorching Sands. Okay, if he lets this go, he's gonna be on low HP. And then I'm gonna come in with Toxapex to farm down later on. I'm gonna shield this. I'm thinking it's a Body Slam, but I don't want Diggersby to be farmed down easily by the last guy, so it's a Tide Explosion. And fire off the first Scorching Sands. He shields this. I'm gonna come in with Toxapex. I know I can take, that's 3, 4. So he has 2 Thunder Punches. I think I can take 2 before I get farmed down. Yeah, so Toxapex is so tanky. Coming in with the Brine. So I had to let the 2 Thunder Punches go first because I needed to fire in between the phase of the Incinerate. Yeah, so the bad thing about Tide Explosion is that when you do Incinerate, you're giving your opponent 4 turns of fast move to fire like in between. So when you're doing Incinerate, you cannot switch out even if you have switch, because the 5 moves have to finish the animation. So it's kind of bad to use Typhlosion unless you're using a Shadow Typhlosion, because then it means that your Incinerate is a bit higher damage. So a normal Typhlosion is not very effective in a Go Battle League scenario. Okay, now we have Corsola into Jellison. If you notice, the Surf doesn't really do much damage, and I can do a lot of Astonishes. So I'm going to shield up on this Surf and then fire off the Nightshades. Okay, let's just go. Morpeko coming in again. Sorry, the lead was Morpeko into Diggersby. So, yep. Firing off the Power Gem. Okay, he let it go, so I'm thinking there's something even worse at the back. Okay, so this is Victory Bell. Firing off the Fire Punch. He has to shield this. So opponent is running with 2 glassy Pokemon. So, but very, very hard hitting. Victory Bell being the fast move hard hitting, and Morpeko being the charge move hard hitting. Firing off the second Fire Punch. So Diggersby paces faster to Fire Punch than Victory Bell. So now we are even shields, right? I'm going to go with. It should come in with Toxapex, yeah. And then he came in with Morpeko. This is. Can't remember. Yeah, this is an Aura Wheel. So I can take 1 Aura Wheel. And then I'm gonna come in with Corsola to try and farm him down. He has to fire the next move or else he dies. So I don't mind whether I catch it or not, basically. Yeah, and then coming with Toxapex, and now it's so close to the Brine. Luckily, the magical leaves are resisted, and at this point I wasn't sure if Brine was going to knock him out, but Victory Bell is very, very low on HP and it's so glassy. So yeah, I guess that could have the Brine is safe enough to fire off and take the match. So this is basically the 3rd set. So I won 4 games.